Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the Full Send Rejects. Once again, hosted by myself, Anthony, joined in our living room studio / couch. My fiance Rose,
Hey guys.
and joined in his studio recliner, Billy the Bat. How you doing, Billy?
Oh, you know.
Dylan.
Being a little batty. Today, we're here to talk about a new topic for us, serial killers, and we're not planning on going into the well-known, the Ted Bundys,
Your Jeffrey Dahmers.
People who have 5 documentaries on Netflix. We're going into some other people, and today we have someone by the name of Ahmad Suradji, also known as the Sorcerer. Before we get into this,
We're already off to a great start.
I think so.
yeah, this is a great start.
No, I mean about this guy. This sorcerer? Alright, I'm in.
That's his name, the Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is.
Far
Hey.
from Aladdin.
Not everyone gets an owl from Hogwarts, all right? But this guy took the new Harry Potter game a little too far. But before we get into him, if you would like to get into the fascination, or I don't know if that's the right word, but the interest in serial killers.
I mean, I feel like everybody who follows serial killers or who has a fascination or just a liking to them, a lot of times it's just because people can't understand the ability to make such actions or to do things, to be able to comprehend someone's crimes and get into the head of somebody. So I feel that people like the idea, just like a show, to see a villain get caught, to see how they get taken down. Everybody wants to see somebody who's sick and twisted. They want to hear the gory details, but they also want to make sure someone like this is brought to justice. So as somebody like myself who's fascinated, my fascination is more the psychological part of it. What makes somebody's brain work like that? What makes somebody think of, doing horrific things to other people, other humans that have, bones, flesh, blood, just as that person does. A lot of the things that we're going to come across, diving into a lot of these serial killers, people blame upbringings, home life. They say that it's because their parents, as someone who grew up in such a difficult matter, I would have to say, without getting further in detail, is I don't feel that I need to slaughter 70 women, or to go on a killing spree, or to smash people over the head with a crowbar.
Thank
why
God
video
for
games.
Kodak.
I mail out her more drastic impulses.
But it's true though. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's because of my upbringing. I had bad parents." A lot of this for me is not about the upbringing, because some of these people were born of money. Some of these people were perfectly normal people at one point in time, and
Some of them had great lives.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more what inside of him is broken, what makes you tick. Mental illness is such a big thing in the world, and a lot of these people, not to bring up Jeffrey Dahmer, but if his brain was examined by, if that would have happened, to where they can pick apart his brain and see what made him the way he was, I think science would have a better explanation of how people like him would work.
Turns out he was just hungry.
Either that, or he was just
He had a
hungry.
big appetite.
So, digging deep into this, it's kind of like, you're reading about all these things that people do, and people are fascinated with the unimaginable, and to see it unfold and find out the information, but to see the bad guy get caught. It's scary, but it's rewarding at the same time. Everybody loves a villain, but everybody likes when the villain gets caught. I think
Hey,
that's
that
what the
Idaho
rules-
guy just got caught.
Yeah, he was just he was living around here in the Poconos.
Yeah, he like is going to send. So he's on the news or something again.
Oh, he was on the news again because there was a internet thing devoted to loving him, in a sense.
Oh yeah, well,
So, I think, digging into today's, Suraji here, he is normal. And there's obviously something mentally wrong with him in a sense that I think our listeners would absolutely agree on, like, who would come up with this idea? What makes you think that killing people would bring you powers?
That's something we're going to get into
Okay.
with this guy.
well, he is a sorcerer.
No,
That
he
is what they
wants to
say.
be a sorcerer.
Hey, he could have been a sorcerer.
You don't know.
He went to the wrong school.
He was definitely not a Hufflepuff. I know that.
No, that's some Slytherin shit right there.
Yeah, no, dude sounds like a total Slytherin.
There's somebody listening to this who is House Slytherin, like, God damn it.
Fuck these guys.
We're not all evil.
Gryffindor, bitch. Just saying.
Dumbledore.
So do you want to kind of like dive into Mr. Suraji here?
Yeah, for a little bit of background on our sorcerer. He is, like I said, born in the country of Indonesia. Born in Medan, I believe is the actual pronunciation, in January of 1949. But some sources say December 1948. Sources differ because, it's that part of the world, and at that time frame, their records weren't as proficient as they are now.
It's like our Bigfoot last week. We don't really
Yeah.
know.
You really don't know for sure, but growing up and into his adult life, he worked as a cattle breeder and as something called a dukin, which are a class of shamans who claim to possess supernatural powers. Where some of these beliefs could come from, how he could acquire some of these powers. But his clientele were mostly women, and for the first day of Women's History Month,
Killing it.
yeah, he did, yeah. But most of these women seeked him out because they wanted a path to wealth or internal beauty. That did not go well for them.
Yeah, if they lived here, they could just go to a doctor and get some fillers, some makeup tricks.
Yeah, just be born American, stupid.
Be born America and go on TikTok. There you go.
There's the soundbite that gets us canceled.
These killings, and we'll get more into it later in the episode. He had a dream where his dad ordered him to kill 70 women as part of a black magic ritual.
And that if he killed 70 women, he would become a sorcerer.
The Sorcerer Supreme, some might say.
He would have magical powers and a healer. So
Okay.
This is definitely not the origin story of Doctor Strange.
Are we sure?
No, but I kind of now want a comic where this is a thing.
But he didn't get to his goal.
Well, that we're gonna get to that. I know you gotta think this man. He dreamt of his dead father saying, "Hey, son,
Go murder."
I know I was a shit father, but you want to become the greatest sorcerer that ever lived? Why don't you go hack up 70 women and you'll get everything you want?" So he woke up one day.
Yo, I know. I was pretty shitty, but look, if you go kill these, bro.
If you commit murder, you can join me wherever I am.
And guess what? You're gonna be a sorcerer.
You're a sorcerer, Harry.
Just it's so funny because he dreamt that, but in Indonesia they have like you said before, he was what you would call a dukan, but it's in Indonesia they believe in the Indonesian government believe in 6 different types of religion.
Officially, there's a lot more in the country.
There's a lot more, but they, like such as Islam and Christianity. But there's some people like Suraji and his father who believe that, being a almighty shaman is the correct religion. So on that part of the world, it's just fascinating to see how people worship.
Well, over there, you still have those small villages where they have their own religion, their own way of life.
Yeah.
And outside of the murder, doesn't sound like a bad thing.
No, outside the murder.
Yeah, there's a small problem there.
However, he needed to kill.
Sounds like a good guy, minus the insanity.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, if you think about it, one sorcerer of the Dukans killed 42 people. Christian crusades killed tens of thousands, so
And one hand washes the other.
Yeah.
But the problem with Mr. Suradji here, he didn't get to 70 women, did he?
No. Getting into his murders, he only killed 42. It was 42 girls over the years from 1986 to 1997. That's fairly recent if you think about it.
Yeah, it's actually, it's not, but we were alive for this, is what you're saying.
I was 2 when he got caught.
All of us were alive when these took
Yeah.
place, for the most part.
Yeah.
I was almost alive for his whole entire killing spree. Just a few shies.
Good for you.
Just shy a few years. Me and Billy just don't make the cut.
Oh, you're so close.
We were so close.
You were almost old enough to be one of his victims.
That's scary.
Well, his victims were all aged between 11 and 30.
Thank God for Florida.
For once, Florida saves the day.
Ding, 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 ding,
It's the
ding.
first time that's ever been.
Yeah, well, it's first time for everything.
But for how he killed these people, how he killed these unfortunate women, he would mostly strangle them, and then he would bury them, about halfway, strip them of their clothes, and he would place them in a sugarcane plantation near his home, and he would have all their heads facing his house, believing this would help him get him his power.
So not only am I just gonna strangle you to death, I'm going to throw you in a shitty half-dug grave, and you have to watch me.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like.
Shallow graves are half price.
I mean, yeah, you can't move on to wherever you
Believe you're gonna go.
Yeah, you're stuck here, and your soul is moved on, but you and your body are here in my.
Yeah, but imagine
There's got to be some fucked up ghosts.
But imagine just walking through sugarcane fields, and you just fucking walk in. There's 40 some heads just staring at you out of the ground.
Imagine
these aren't carrots.
Imagine making a cup of coffee, and you're like, "Damn, this sugar tastes off."
Is there something in the soil?
Tastes a little bitter.
Not only that, but he would go and collect the saliva of his victims, because that is what his dad told him in his dream what to do.
So his souvenir was saliva.
The more we talk about this, the more chills I get. This is kind of fucked up.
I mean, you got to think all these serial killers, they have a trophy of some sort.
I don't have a trophy.
Not a serial killer. Allegedly. No.
Bangkok 92.
You weren't even born.
They don't know that. Cutting that part out.
No, but we were.
But we were. No, like just a lot of these serial killers out there, they have a signature, whether they keep underwear, they keep,
fingers or
fingers,
teeth.
Yeah, teeth, or
Yeah.
There's so many things that people take. He didn't just believe in collecting their saliva for souvenirs. It was actually, he literally thought he was going to use this to be an almighty sorcerer.
I had to pass a drug test.
Now you're thinking.
But eventually his magic ran out. Because on the spring of 1997, there was a 21-year-old body found at his house. Sri Kamala Dewey. She was a 15-year-old who requested to see a spiritual guide, and someone who was like kind of like an assistant to these Dukins, called pullers, that I can take you to one. Well, eventually someone noticed that Kamala, sorry, was missing, and then when police or launched an investigation, this Andreas fellow, who was the person who took her there, told police that he dropped her off at Sorajji's house. So of course the police show up, and then he denies everything, as every serial killer does. Didn't Dahmer admit to it right away?
I mean, someone, you got to think he was caught because someone escaped and they're like, yo.
Oh yeah, but he wasn't like, oh no, I didn't do it. He was like, yeah.
Well, how could you, like, they're going to search your house and you got a barrel for body parts and you got a severed head in your freezer and
Go back with a warrant and go out the back window.
penises and just souvenirs. I mean,
Didn't he have a bag of dicks or some shit?
I got a bag of dicks.
Dick in a box. Dick in a box.
They were actually in jars of embalming fluid, but
People are fucked up.
Oh, well, no, sorry, my bad. Totally normal.
Well, as you yeah, officers, do you not have a bag of dicks?
Sorajji's like, don't mind this jar of spit. I'm a collector.
Well, as you say that, police did find personal belongings of Dewey in Sorajji's home. Found a handbag, some dresses, a bracelet. And then, not long after, Sorajji just confessed to that and 41 other murders.
Like, hey, you're arrested.
Oh.
We know you got this girl. And he's like, well, you caught me.
So, excavations eventually took place on his property to find the bodies, and some were so decomposed they could not be identified.
He's been at it for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he was there for a few years doing this, so you got to think, that body, some was decomposed, and somebody probably ate some food that came from there.
That's sickening.
Yeah, someone had that sugar in their coffee.
Oh, imagine like being his neighbor, like, oh, god damn it, I knew it.
Imagine if Indonesia had Karens back then. There's a hair in my sugar.
Why is there this toenail in here?
Yeah. I mean, if Shrek can put an eyeball in his martini, so could everybody else.
Well, Shrek came out afterwards, okay?
I mean, maybe it was inspired.
Maybe.
Maybe someone found an eyeball in their sugar.
Oh, what was that? What fast food did someone find like a toe or pinky in their chili?
Wendy's. They found.
Was that Wendy's?
Yeah, Wendy's. They found like a finger in their chili.
Oh, this serial killer brought to you by Wendy's.
Please sponsor us.
Free nuggies, bro.
Your 4 for 4s are legit.
Bring them back.
Cheap and filling.
4 for 4s now with an extra pinky.
It's called a 4 for 4 because they
You
used
got
to
all
have
that
5 fingers. Yeah. High protein diet.
But during his interrogation, he told police about the dream that he had from his dad back in '86 of how his dad instructed him to drink the saliva of 70 dead young women so he could become a mystic healer. So at least it was for a noble cause. He wanted to heal people in the end.
Can you
He
imagine?
was drinking it?
Yeah, he was drinking it.
What the fuck?
He had to consume the saliva of 70 women so he can merge himself into the holy shaman of the world. But can you imagine going to a police officer and be like, yeah, I did it, but my dad told me to. My dead dad came to me in a dream.
Yeah, can we talk to him? No, he's actually dead right now. I dreamt of him.
This is my alibi. I didn't do it. Pops did it.
Let me dig him up. He's in the field.
He's actually the first body out there.
The one you couldn't identify? Yeah, guess what?
Yeah, that was him.
You can bring him on Jerry Springer show. We got a surprise for you. Dad's not dead. Come out, Dad. He set you up. He said you were shit, son.
On this episode of Pranked.
Where are you, Ashton Kutcher? Where are you?
I see the camera. Oh, we're going to hell.
Oh yeah, but you gotta make light of this kind of stuff. It's creepy and it's unsettling. So you make some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, 42 murders. Make light of it.
Just a casual 42 dead people.
Oh, he drunk.
Listen,
Yeah.
at least he was trying to be a healer at the end, okay?
He was trying to be a sorcerer at the end.
How fucked would it have been if he woke up to 70 and just brought them all back to life?
Was that the plan the whole time?
What if it was?
Well, some people believe that if you blow yourself up and then you get 72 virgins, so maybe maybe in Indonesia you just need 2 less to kill, and then they come back and they're all your wives.
All right, so now we're double canceled.
But he took this dream and thought he was meant to kill all these women. It'd be a special kind of fucked in the head.
Yeah, I mean, enough people felt that this guy could do something for them. All these people sought him out because of reputation, but was anybody actually healed by him or felt like, hey, word of mouth? Like, they didn't have advertisement back then.
No, there's not advertising for "We'll heal you, may die."
Yo, so wait. Women went to him to, like, be beautiful and everything like that,
Yeah,
right?
he held a position there where that his position was a dukin, Eukun.
So they never got old, they never aged. He did his job.
That is a very optimistic way to look at it, Billy.
Yeah, he healed a lot of people. He touched a lot of lives.
Yeah, he ended a few too.
42.
But I wonder if there's any that he let go, because you gotta think he was doing this for how many years and only killed 42. I wonder if there was some he actually just let go, to keep up his reputation.
Maybe he just oh man, that one's got a bad set of teeth. I ain't swallowing that spit. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, how did other people get word of mouth if he was just killing all these women and all these girls? How would people know that he was a healer, a spiritual healer, without saying, "Hey, by the way, I went to this guy and he was fantastic. I feel younger. I feel I feel pretty. You should go to him." Like, who? Like, how do you? Like, hey, yeah, I sent a friend over there and I haven't seen her in a long time.
And it's the girl's ghost.
So I'm saying, he must have
Flipped a coin.
Yeah. Like, how does that? I mean, there's really no articles or no stories about how these women came to him. Besides, obviously when you said something before, how these people know of somebody, but these women talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's
You don't
interesting.
say.
We also don't know the media situation of of Indonesia in the 80s and early 90s.
Well, there are some newspapers that reported on it. I got to read things, Google Translate, because I can't read Indonesian. Is that a language?
I don't know. I'm sure it's something else.
Yeah, I think back then you just put ads in newspapers and.
I don't think they put an ad for this stuff.
Well, I don't know. It's also it's not here. You know what I mean? It's a less. How would you say?
Populated.
Yeah. Well, Indonesia has a lot of people in it.
Oh my god, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indonesia is super big.
But it's
Not
also super
big.
poor compared to and you got to think
They're not that poor.
You got to think it's also the 90s, or the late 80s, early 90s. Things were different.
They're not third world, but they're not America.
Yeah.
They're in the middle there.
They're not us, but they're also not.
But this guy's living rural though too.
They're the middle class country.
They were fighting a war back then too, I think.
I can barely keep up with America's wars.
There was an insurgency or something that they were dealing with. But yeah, either way, he still had these steady supply of women that kept coming to him because of his position, and that kind of fed into it. Then, after police, arrested him and whatnot, the trial began. Began late 1997, December. They had 363 pages of charges against him.
It's a lot.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that is an astounding number. You got to think 42 murders, desecration of bodies. Who knows what else he was doing with them?
Well, I also stripped him of his clothing. Was there any?
Desecration of a corpse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like was there any findings of him disrespecting the bodies in any way, shape, or form, or was it just him stripping them down and burying them in a shallow grave?
Feel the shallow grave would probably be enough to run that charge.
Got kidnapping charges and like some other charges that seem minor to like the major crime here, but that's still all that adds up.
But you times that by 42, and
Oh yeah.
that's a lot. Especially he had some victims were just like 11, like they were minors.
If my math is checking out, that's like 9 pages per victim. If I have minors too, that's a lot more. Not to make light of it, a lot more paperwork.
Got a lot more to fill out. You know,
Yeah.
there's not just a woman or I mean, dead body is a dead body. You know, that's still a person's life, but it's a child. You know, I think at that point there's more charges brought to you because of that.
And not just him, but his 3 wives are also on trial for being accomplices to this.
Accomplices.
Co-conspirators.
3
Yeah,
wives.
what the fuck were they doing?
Well,
Maybe they were the ones getting the word out.
yeah, trying to recruit, find new girls. To come up.
Oh,
That's not a bad idea. Also, side
it
note,
all comes together.
his 3 wives were also his 3 sisters.
Incest.
What is this, Alabama?
Sweet home Indonesia,
Maybe that's why he didn't get to his goal. I mean, he was swapping spit with the wrong people.
where the sorcerers are killers. You can marry your sisters.
All 3 of them at the same time.
But see, the sister wives,
Sister wives on a whole new level.
yeah, the sisterish wives, they all claimed that because they admitted to the charges, but they claimed that they only admitted to it due to torture by police. But let's be real.
Oh, now you got a whole new bag of worms.
But let's be real here. If you're married to someone who's killing 42 people, you're seeing that shit.
There's no way he went out and just dug those graves and dragged their bodies halfway across the field into a shallow grave in some kind of sugar plantain by himself. Were they in there just manicuring each other's toenails? Like,
I mean, I could see him, doing that part by himself, but they at least had to like go out and recruit and whatnot.
that's what I'm thinking because we just had this whole conversation about it. Like that would make sense. That
Yeah.
they had to have been younger. Was there any kind of ages on their wives were they younger sisters, older sisters? No, they just gave very little detail about the wives.
I think they're younger sisters.
So if they were younger, they can say they were older. They can say, hey, this guy did so many wonders for me. You should try going to
I'm
him.
starting to wonder what happened to those cattle. 'Cause he was a cattle breeder. That was part of the cover for a while. One wife, I guess, was more implicated in the crimes than the other ones because she was sentenced to death, but later was reduced to life in prison. All the other 2.
She was probably the one who was recruiting people.
I wouldn't doubt it, but of course, they all maintain their innocence. But Suradji here was sentenced to death and executed via shooting squad in 2008.
Shooting squad, or was it a fire squad?
It's the same thing.
It's the same.
They line you up, have a bunch of people with rifles. Everyone but one person gets a blank cartridge, so like no one can feel guilty.
Did you know that?
Is that like an actual thing?
They do
I
that.
didn't know the blank thing.
They only put no. They don't tell who they give the actual bullet or round to. So no, it's to help like with their conscience because nobody really wants to like murder. Well, most people don't.
Well, fucking Sorcerer here did.
Sorry, let me correct myself. Most people do not want to murder, so it helps with their conscience.
He actually did go through a dry spell. It says that he actually instead he couldn't get anybody to come recruit. A lot of people didn't want to go out to him and believe that he was a shaman of sorts. That he actually sought out and picked up some prostitutes in order to fulfill his quota.
He was resourceful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can do what works, I guess.
I mean, if that's the way he felt like he needed to, get his way, I mean, I would think prostitutes were unclean, and that's some tainted saliva there. tasting everybody they had in their mouth.
Maybe they didn't have to be clean.
Yeah, it turns out he had syphilis.
Maybe he was patient zero for the parasite in Last of Us. It was from
Maybe.
Indonesia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we solved the case.
And a lot of sources that I saw that there was no he didn't have a ritual for his after he killed them, and he managed to take the saliva and extract it and put it in a cup and drink it from a cup, but he didn't have it like it. There was no sources saying that he sucked it straight from their mouths. He didn't have a shaman's chant or some kind of spiritual, prayer.
So did he have like a saliva turkey baster?
They said he really didn't give any details about it. He just said that he needed the saliva of his victims to become a sorcerer.
And he probably got it when they were still alive somehow.
Either that or he extracted it when they were dead and turned their bodies over and they let him drool.
Could have done that too.
You gotta think he choked his victims, so as they're choking,
all that saliva's coming up. Also,
we're fucking tying all this together.
Fun fact about saliva: you know when you throw up and your mouth is getting all like salivally?
Yeah.
That's to protect I think that's all your stomach acid coming up.
The more you know.
Look at us, we're detectives.
Yeah, we fucking solved Suradji's case. We're fucking solving anatomy problems. We're on a roll.
Doing great.
Yeah, I mean, this was fun going over through. I mean, it fun in a light way. It's fun. Playing detective. It was a fun game to play, but it just shows the evil in this world.
This is what Batman feels like.
We are the night.
I am vengeance.
I am justice.
Where were the other girls going?
Not doing it.
He's not biting.
I mean, and that is Sorcerer.
Yeah, that is the Sorcerer. Not the Sorcerer Supreme, just the Sorcerer.
Yep. From Indonesia.
He never got his letter to Hogwarts.
No.
That's why he went crazy. He's trained all his life.
So if people didn't know about him, they know about him now. We've educated our listeners here, and I mean, we have...
And Billy.
Yeah, and Billy. You've been educated today. I just wanted to say to where, the listeners that we do have, that we do appreciate the listeners, and we have a Facebook page. So any feedback on any serial killers that they may like, any haunted places that we may not know about that they seem interested in, or any topics they feel like they want to hear us kind of dig and dive into to discuss.
Yo, that's a good idea.
I actually got a suggestion today. Top places to go when we get the munchies.
Oh?
Top places to go when we get the munchies.
Yeah.
That sounds like...
Oh.
That sounds like an April 20 episode.
Is that a 420?
A 420 episode?
Yes.
Oh my god, that'll be great because I'll be hungover because that's my birthday right before.
We should all wear our best mustaches.
What day does April 20th fall on? Oh, on a Thursday.
Thursday.
My phone says happy birthday on my calendar. It's alright, Billy, you missed it last night. What were we on the calendar for? Oh yeah, a Hershey trip. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, let me put this in my calendar so I don't forget it again. And I'm like, what's this random thing I have on my calendar? I click on it, National Barbecue Day.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Of all the things I put on my calendar.
What day is that?
What day? Was this in a couple weeks?
I don't know.
There's Hershey trip.
It's got to be a little
It was
warmer.
the 27th or something. May. It was May. The last weekend of May.
Oh, it's probably like Memorial
May
Day.
16th. It's a Tuesday this year.
Oh, we were talking about your graduation, and you're like, hey, what is this?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I'd rather Mother's Day.
I also, I think that just to keep it fun and spicy, if we were to have maybe a rut and not knowing what we were doing and just wanted to do something fun. There's a national holiday for every day of the freaking week now. So go to Google, say what's today's national holiday, and we'll do a whole episode on what the hell that national holiday
Let's
is.
see what today is.
Oh yeah, you could just go to a registry and fucking make your own holiday now. It's a whole
I
thing.
do that.
Like there was a National French Fry Day. There was an
Today's beer day in Iceland.
well, we are in light of the Irish holiday. We are drinking the Southern Tier Irish Cream Stout.
It's also Self-Injury Awareness Day.
Hey!
I did stub my toe today. It hurt. I just want you to be aware.
A lot of Christian feeds.
Oh, are we going over what we're drinking now?
Well, in light of, it is the 1st of March. As one Anthony Kodak once told me, once March hits, it is the Irish
Drinking Month.
Yeah, Irish Drinking Month.
Hey, it's also National Pig Day.
Our Men in Blue.
To the cops.
Back to blue.
So what is it that you are drinking?
No, that's gonna be the cancel.
What are you drinking, Sir Billion?
I am drinking not Crown Roos.
I'm proud of you. Look at you stepping up.
What kind of...
It was top shelf, but still plastic.
What kind of Russian drink are you drinking?
It's called Freeze.
Oh, I
F-R-I...
saw that in the store.
F-R-I-S, I think?
Your whole, the meter just changed.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
I saw it in the store. It was called a new release. And I was gonna pick it up and try it, but I wasn't sure what the hell it was. It's good?
It's pretty good. It's ice filtered vodka or something like that.
We should,
But yeah,
I think we should do a review day for random alcohols.
I have one coming up, actually. I have a set list of things.
Oh, okay,
Of an
cool.
order. Because I want to do Lagavulin. Yeah.
Yo, St. Patty's episode. Booze. Bingo bango.
I mean, for those who have listened to our waterfall episode,
Which is our second highest listened episode.
it's highly entertaining. Billy is.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Billy, you said that at least 30 times throughout the episode, along with wee.
There was no edits made. I just put it out there. I was not dealing with that mess.
No, there was no edits made at all. That was raw material of us at our finest. I mean, it was highly entertaining. When I listened back at it, I laughed so much. It was
pretty entertaining.
Billy, you were the conductor of that train. You were a choo-choo wreck.
Well, let's see. What time did we get to your house? Like 2? Earlier than that.
Well, not only that, but we played a game of Drinknopoly, and then once we started drinking, you came to the table with 3 beers, and within that episode, you've cracked all 3. The ace, not even the waterfalls, and we had to chug the beers. You cracked all the cans, which is a record.
Oh yeah, I was fucking into it, bro.
And that was you, like, oh, I'm not chugging beer, and then you just full send chug it, and you're like, well, I did that, and then your whole demeanor.
I also walked into your house and got handed a drink, so
Yes.
way earlier than we were recording.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I mean, I'm just saying that it's highly impressive how someone of your size can drink as much as you can and still be alive.
Yeah, it's a Jasinski liver.
He's a sorcerer.
He killed 42 bottles to achieve this.
Where's all the other spit going?
I got my letter to Hogwarts.
All right. I mean, is there anything else anybody wants to add, or?
Billy, guess what I watched for the first time today? Naruto.
What? That's your first
I'd
time
never watched
watching
it
it?
I
I figured you had watched Naruto.
I was
before.
I'm like, huh. I want to watch something. I'm like, huh, let me check it out. I learned out the 9-tailed fox is kind of a dick. This whole time. I thought I was like, oh, it's a good guy. Nope, he's a dick.
See, I'm not an anime guy, but
But for a little preview of our next episode, Bill, you wanted to do Waverly?
Yeah, Waverly Hills, not Asylum.
Another not Asylum.
Not Asylum. Well, we'll dive deep into that, our Not Asylum. And then, like I said, our Facebook page, you can always go give us a like and for all our listeners and then make some suggestions. We're always...
Don't feel like commenting, you can message us on Facebook. Our email's also on there if you just want to send us an email.
Yeah. I mean, we're open to suggestions and ideas. I mean, we do this to, hang out, have fun, but we also are, a couple of introverts using the microphone to be extroverts and entertain people.
We should start doing question of the day.
Question of the day. Like, maybe we should put a poll.
Oh, what do you got? I think I have something.
I had no follow-up to that.
Oh,
Okay.
I figured you had something.
Facebook poll.
We'll say a little on topic. If you had to choose a house of Hogwarts to go into, who you got?
I'm always a Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. You both are Gryffindor?
I would always be as much as a Slytherin as I am, or could be, inside.
I took a test back when I was like 23 that said I was a Gryffindor.
Yeah, every time I take the test, I'm always a Gryffindor.
A bunch of basic bitches because they're Gryffindor too.
Same.
All right, who's your favorite Harry Potter character then?
Snape.
Oh.
Severus Snape.
No, Dumbledore. Dobby. I've been a Dobby for a long time.
I don't know. I like Moody.
Who do you got, Billy?
I like Mad Eye Moody.
Oh,
Dude, bad
like
shit
Hagrid.
insane.
he's my guy. He's the magical Steve Irwin.
Yeah, he's hard to go against too.
He's a magical Steve Irwin.
It's hard to pick a favorite.
Not for me.
Hagrid's just...
Who would compare? He's like the sweet old giant. He's like Hodor, but intelligent.
Oh, now I'm sad.
He's like Hodor, except not brain damaged.
Thanks,
Hodor.
Bran. My name's Bran the Broken, but I'm gonna be the reason why a Hodor can't talk. Besides saying Hodor. Dick.
And then I'm gonna kill him.
Way to go, asshole.
He is king.
I hope he dies in the Jon Snow sequel. I genuinely hope he dies.
Hope someone pushes him out of his wheelchair.
Yeah. Like Tyrion's like, pop.
I hate how they ended that show.
Whoever kills him, I hope they say, like, you didn't see this coming, bitch.
That's another thing that just came to me. We were talking about before a debate episode. We should take either, whether it's a show, food, sports of any type. I think we should just have a great debate to where we all have our opinions on things, and we should just the whole episode would just be us telling each other we're wrong and that we're...
I'll have you know, I'm a great debater. Some say I'm a master debater.
Yeah, well, I'm a cunning linguist, so...
Oh.
I didn't see that one coming, Kodak. But like all of our episodes, we do have some great sponsors.
Yes, we do. This episode, as like our other ones, is brought in part with the Greg R. Stanalonis Senior Scholarship, which brings $1,000 scholarships to local kids in the Schuylkill County area. I think it's a great scholarship. Helps kids help achieve their dreams and not have student loans. There it is. I was waiting for. I was nervous. I was waiting.
I knew, like, I heard you pause, and I'm like,
And we are also here in part and thanks to Bugs Be Gone Pest Control, a local family-owned pest control company that brings great service with even better prices. It's starting to get warmer out. More pests are coming out. Your small mammals.
Those spiders from hell are going to come back in the house.
wasps.
Us too. Spiders, all sorts of bugs, squirrels, raccoons.
It is very much skunk season, so
It is skunk season.
watch out for those stinky fellas.
Hey, leave the skunk's bone in peace.
So you can check out their Facebook as well as the scholarship. We will post their pages and their information how to contact them and our information for this episode. along with our post on Facebook.
And it is a a local scholarship, someone who's doing something well, and a local pest control. You're not going to get overcharged. You're not going to be treated like a number. You get treated like someone who truly needs the help that they have. A lot of these big name companies that we won't mention. It's just them someone going out doing a job and never seeing you again. With the local owned companies, you're not just a number, you're a face, you're a name, and you want to provide quality and quality service to everybody. So let's get the word out.
And if you'd like to avoid on the internet and trying to find them, you can contact them at 570-599-5772.
I was about to ramble the number up too.
Yeah.
It's on my
Good
wrist.
job, Billy.
Same as me. Support, support, support.
What happened to mine?
I think it's in the bathroom.
Is it?
Probably took it off during we take a shower and then forgot to put it back on.
It's in the bathroom. Holy shit.
All right, so support your local businesses and scholarships. A lot of good people in the world out there.
Don't let the Surajis of this world stop you from believing there's some good.
There is such thing as a good sorcerer.
And a good exterminator.
You can be a sorcerer
There's
without
also good
savagery.
exterminators.
Rest in peace, Frankie Roach.
Yeah.
This one's for Roger Roach.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
We need to have a Roger Roach episode, get people hyped for it, and then just
Let them know. We'll support, and then we'll just attach the link onto our Facebook page. And
because someone right now is going to Google it, like Roger Roach. Who is this hero?
I can tell you who this person will be.
We don't have anything else here. Those?
No, I think we're all good. I hope everybody enjoyed our serial killer episode.
See? Billy, do you have anything else here before we end?
Check out our Facebook page. Go like it.
Go like it and watch us continue to grow. And for everyone who is listening, we appreciate it. We are signing off for the night. And never forget to full fucking send it. Thank you.